Well, Sheena Easton's been living in LA for quite a while now, and she hasn't made a record for years, but she's back, fronting a retro revival dance album dedicated to her greatest decade, the 80s.
Baby takes the morning train. He works from 9 to 5, and then he takes another home again to find me waiting for him. You've got the look, you've got the hook, sure enough to be cooking my book. Your face is jamming, your body's heck is slamming, your love is good. Always regret.
And Sheena's here now. Well, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
What have you been doing?
Oh, God. In the last however long, tons of things, you know.
Oh, you're talking like a Yank.
Well, yeah, you know, my accent is very strange. It's kind of annoying even to my own ears because it's mid-Atlantic. It doesn't know where it belongs. You know, it's Scottish, it's American. I've lived there for my whole adult life.
Yeah, I know.
You know, 20 years.
Why have you lived there for 20 years? What happened to live there?
Well, when I first started out, I went over to the States. You know, work takes you, and in our business, you know, if you get work anywhere, you go do it.
And if you get work in the States, you're on the next plane.
You go do it.
Yeah.
So the thing about the States is it's so vast that if you go on a tour there, it can last 3 years just to cover the major cities. In Britain, it's wonderful to work here, but you do a tour and it's over very quickly.
Yeah.
Make the album, do some TV, and then you're kind of off to go around the world. In the States, I found that I was constantly being asked back to do things over and over again. So I bought a home there, and then it's the old story. I fell in love and
Are you
made
naturalised
friends.
then? Are you an American citizen?
I have dual citizenship, yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah, so...
And you're in Las Vegas at the moment, aren't you?
I'm there for a year. I'm doing a show with David Cassidy.
Ah, is that what do you
So-
think? Is that funny?
Is that
Enjoying
FX?
it?
No, he did effects a couple of years ago. This is a show that he wrote and produced, where it's your typical love triangle.
What's it called?
It's called At the Copa, and I'm Ruby Bombay. Lots of camping it up and big hair.
Yeah.
So
What
but it's
nationality are you supposed to be as Ruby Bombay?
fun. I think she's your basic American trashy nightclub singer.
Right,
So it was
right.
a real stretch for me.
Better reach deep inside to find
Really
it,
had to dig down and see if I could come out and be trashy every night.
So-
it was fun.
Do
Having
you like
been-
Las
go on.
Vegas?
I do. It's a good place to work. I've done Broadway several times. So in the last however many years, we're going back, I've done quite a bit of acting. And I love Broadway, but I have 2 little kids now. And my son has just started kindergarten, which is like, I guess, first grade here.
Yeah.
And so he's in school now. I can't just yank them out and travel. And I was, you know, seriously having to think about what jobs I would take. When the Vegas thing came in for a year, it's like doing Broadway. You go in and do 8 shows a week.
Yeah.
They're set up, you know, they've really established that kind of scene there. But you get a home life, you know. I'm with my kids. I leave at 6:30.
Yeah.
And the nanny puts them in their bath and puts them to bed and
What time are you
beats them
home?
with a stick so that they sleep. And
What time
I
do you get
can be
back?
home by 5 to 10. I
good.
get in in time to see ER.
How are you? But I thought
Yeah, I
after
can
a
see
show,
that.
aren't you buzzing? Then you need to do something.
I'm kind of buzzing in the sense that I can't go to sleep, but I've never been a partier, you know, nightclubber, go out and do the scene with the hip, beautiful people.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I come home and that's when I get a lot of things done. I do a lot of writing and I design different things. So it's like I get some of that creative work done then.
Yeah. So what have you done? Have you rented a house or have you bought somewhere there?
No, they gave me a house to be there for a year.
Nice deal.
So it was nice. They
Yeah.
you know, made it comfortable for me to be there. I still have my home in LA, and we're finished in January, so we go back there.
Right. See, we've, like lots of British people, you know, we've done the West Coast tour and we've stopped off at Vegas. We did it one year. We loved it. We spent 3 days there and it was a gas, and then we got out. And then a couple of years later, we thought we'd go back. And we arrived, didn't we? And thought, what have we done? Why have we come back here? Because we think
difficult
it's a
with
nightmare.
kids, I think.
Well,
It's
yeah.
Well, you know, see, the different thing for me was I thought that would be the case. But, you know, I go into the Strip to work, just like, you know, going anywhere to work, going on location. But where I live is a nice, quiet little suburb, little gated community, and the kids go to their school just down the street.
Right, so
And
Yeah, it's normal.
It's so normal.
Yeah.
And then you get in the car, and 15 minutes
Yeah.
later, you're in, you know, wacky kind of adult Disneyland.
And the weather you get there. What's it like in the winter in Vegas?
It freezes your
Does it really?
Yeah,
I thought it was
there's a lot
desert
of
heat.
brass monkeys looking for welders there. In the summertime, you know, you die.
Yeah.
I mean, I walk out like
Yeah.
this, and in the wintertime it
You freeze.
freezes. So it's desert.
Yeah.
So it's that extreme.